Today I'm doing a detailed get ready with me using the new L'Oreal Infallible 24 hours tinted serum. It says it has 1% hyaluronic acid and it comes in, I believe, a number of shades. I can see there are seven shades on the Nika page. They have medium, they have very light, they have rosy light, light, medium tan, and tan. The color that I picked up is light 2, 3. And they also have numbers mentioned next to it. Like light has 2, 3, medium tan has number 5, 6. Uh, and light medium is under the number 3, 4. So you have to refer to these, the description of the shades. They have not mentioned any undertone, like whether it's cool tone, neutral, or warm toned. So it's a little difficult to find out the right shade. I just picked up randomly, I picked the light shade, and it ended up being the right match for me. Um the consistency of this is very, very buildable. They claim it gives a 24-hour dewy radiant skin, which I agree. It gives medium coverage, covers imperfections, not entirely, because it's not full coverage foundation, but it gives a very skin like coverage and doesn't cake up. How to use is the best way to use is to layer up. Okay, do not go in with the dropper and put the foundation directly on your skin. Use little, use the dropper to pour some foundation on the back of your hand, pick it up with your foundation brush or a beauty sponge, a beauty blender, and then go on with blending it on your skin. You can also, it works very well with blending with your hands. I have tried it blending it with my hands, with my fingers, and it blends very well. So doing with continuing with the makeup, I've already done my eyes, so that's a different makeup. I was reviewing the MAC Unfiltered nudes palette. So if you're interested to watch a review of that palette and how I achieved this eyeshadow look, I will link that in the eye, so you can go ahead and watch that video after you watch this. I'm using the concealer by L'Oreal Infallible and in the shade Natural Rose. That kind of adds a little bit of brightness because the serum is exactly my skin tone. So I'm astonished how on point the match is for my skin. So if I need to brighten certain areas of of my face to bring it forward, I need to add a lighter color concealer. So that's what I'm doing. Once I have blended the concealer, I'm going back to my foundation brush to just blend in that concealer into my foundation so nothing looks out of place. Everything is blended in. I'm not using a blush today because I'm going for a very neutral kind of a look. So I'm just sticking to a bronzer. This bronzer is by ELF and it's their putty bronzer in the color Day Trip. I am picking up with a synthetic flat top brush and focusing it on the hollows of my cheek. I'm using this bronzer as my contour also because it is not that warm. If your bronzer is kind of neutral, not too warm, it can double up as a contour too. And I'm trying to straighten my nose, which is not so straight, using the same bronzer. And also bronzing on the periphery of my forehead. I have a huge forehead, as you can see, so I am taking my bronzer there in order to shorten the height of my forehead, visually at least. So you can see this bronzer, you can layer up products very beautifully over this foundation, the serum foundation, which is what I enjoyed. It's very easy to layer on products. It's not necessary that you set it with a powder. I feel it is self setting. But if you have oily skin, then you might set it with with a powder. So I'm using a loose powder by K Beauty, and it is in the color banana. I'm just taking a fine dusting of this loose powder and setting places where, I tend to sweat, crease, and, just to make my makeup long lasting so that it lasts throughout the day. And I'm doing a very light dusting, nothing too much. I'm not baking or anything of that sorts. And this is good enough for a daytime look, for an office day look, for a work day look. It's very minimal, but at the same time, it makes you look flawless. It makes you look put together. So I like the foundation very much. I have been using it consistently every day since the time I bought it. It's been 3 days almost now. For the lips, I am using my Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in the color Pillow Talk medium, and slightly overlining my upper lip. I have an uneven lip shape, so I like to cheat a lot with my lip shape. Okay, so this lip liner helps me do that flawlessly. And it's very, very creamy. It is long staying. It is creamy, but it is not so creamy that it'll just smudge off your lip. It stays put. It has a good longevity, I feel. At least on my lips, it stays put for quite a long time. And I love using this as my lip liner, especially under the color this lipstick Pillow Talk. So for today, I have chosen to use Pillow Talk as my lipstick color because I'm using a my entire look is very neutral, and this lipstick is a very neutral nude. It's not too warm, not too pink. And curling my lashes using a lash curler. And I'm going to use a mascara. I got a trial pack of Charlotte Tilbury's Push Up mascara, and that's what I'm using. It's not a very dramatic or very, ex- e- ex- I'm not impressed. Literally, I'm not impressed. It is an okay kind of a mascara. Just because I got it free as a trial, I'm using it, but I'm definitely not purchasing it. So that is it for today's look. Let me know what are your thoughts if you have tried the serum foundation. What do you think about it? What are your feedback? Let me know. Let's have a little bit of chit chat in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel if you liked my video, if you liked my presentation, and also press the bell button so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And I will see you soon in my next video. Till then, take care, bye bye, and have fun putting on makeup.